Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do the real review for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I can, but y'all already know the deal. Grab your popcorn and your thought juice and get comfortable. All right, so let's get right into it. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love
White
my
shoes.
white shoes.
Calm down. Okay, iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now look, I wanted to hate this phone, okay? I used this phone for about 3 weeks, and I really wanted to hate this phone so I could come down here and roast it. But after using it for 3 weeks, I love it, okay? I love this phone. This is not like this piece of shit right here. This is a real phone. Now, speaking about this piece of shit right here, look, I gotta talk about this iPhone Air one last time. A lot of my subscribers, some of y'all are very sensitive. Y'all kind of got offended when I made this video, and some of y'all wanted me to make an apology video. Look, I am not apologizing for telling the truth. However, I will say this. If you're sensitive and you got offended by me saying fucking idiot, okay? Look, man, y'all gotta relax. My channel is all about having fun. I use words like idiot, peasant, banana head, biscuit head, dweeb, goofy, numbnuts, okay? These are all words that I use on this channel for fun, but these are words that I use in real life with all of my friends and family, okay? So don't get offended, but I'm not apologizing for telling the truth and speaking my mind. I will say this. A lot of y'all who was in the comments defending this phone, some of y'all are some real effing hypocrites. You know why? Imagine this phone right here. If it said anything else on the back other than Apple, imagine if this phone was OnePlus, you would be online cooking this phone. You would be roasting this. You would be saying this is the stupidest phone ever. For $1,100 and $100 for the battery, if this was OnePlus, y'all would be cooking this. And you know how I could prove that? Nothing Phone 3. Look how the tech community collectively came together and cooked this phone. Cooked this phone. Why? Because it's $800. Now, meanwhile, this phone has quad 50 megapixel cameras, a vapor chamber cooling system, ultra wide angle lens, dual speakers. You even got a display on the back. But it was $800 and they got the Snapdragon 8S Gen 4. That's not the flagship chipset. So we cooked this phone. We roasted it. Meanwhile, y'all out here defending this phone for $1,000 after taxes, $1,100 plus the battery, $1,200 plus if you want more storage, $1,400. Y'all defending this shit? Stop it. Okay, stop it. Keep that same energy. Okay, keep that same energy. Now, shout out to Nothing for catching a stray on this one. This phone right here is arguably a better phone, but people cooked it. Why? Because of the price. And that's the same reason I'm cooking this iPhone Air. Honestly, it's a cool phone. I like it. It's a cool phone, but I don't like the price. And I'm never going to like the price of this phone. I feel like I got shafted. Okay, I spent $1,300 total. I feel like I got shafted. Now, me personally, I don't like getting shafted. Okay, unless it's by my girl. That's the only person I like getting shafted by. All right, no Diddy. Okay, I may be a little Diddy. But all jokes aside, you know, a lot of y'all got offended because I said if you buy this phone, you're a fucking idiot. Look, man, you're a real idiot if you go on YouTube and make your purchase decisions based on what somebody else said. Me, I'm the number one idiot. I bought an Apple Watch Ultra 3 for $800. Then I turned around and spent $700 on this band. That is the definition of a fucking idiot. But guess what? I like it. I like it. So I'm not an idiot because I like it. So don't get offended if I said you're an idiot because you bought this. Bro, the only people who got offended are people who know deep down that they really got shafted. Okay, they know they got shafted and it's hard to admit. But like I said, I'm not apologizing for that. So this is the last time I'm talking about this piece of shit right here. Or maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more. All right, so first question. You got yourself an iPhone 16 Pro Max in great condition. Should you upgrade and get the 17 Pro Max? Of course, there's a two-part answer. Practically, realistically, okay, if you're smart, no. No, you're getting a slightly better camera, slightly better battery, slightly better processor. Other than that, the real magic is iOS 26. You're going to get that. You got arguably a better build quality, the titanium. You don't got to deal with Scratchgate, okay? So I would say no. However, okay, that's the practical answer. But if it was me and I was a hardcore member of the Apple Mafia, of course I'm going to upgrade. I can't say congratulations, you bought the same phone twice. This is now a different phone. This is a different phone. And speaking of Apple Mafia, and this is why I say you should upgrade. Speaking of Apple Mafia, RIP to my brother Mook. You know, he's actually the person who coined that term, Apple Mafia. When I used to make my Samsung videos, he would always come and troll me in the comments and be like, Samsung, y'all are just a bunch of thugs. Anybody who has iPhones, we part of the mafia. He used to always say, we part of the mafia. And I used to be like, nah, us Samsung cats, we not thugs. We anointed. We the Samsung Knights. And we used to go back and forth. Now, the reason I bring that up is because Mook passed away 2 years ago. He never got a chance to see the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Do you understand how much he would have been glazing this phone? We would have had to make a new word for glazing, okay? He would have been slurping. He would have been slurping these phones. I said that to say this. You never know when it's going to be your time to go. Upgrade your phone. Enjoy your life, okay? This might be the last iPhone you ever seen. This was the last iPhone Mook ever seen. This might be your last iPhone. So upgrade. We're not talking about cars, okay? Nobody's upgrading their car every year. We're talking about phones. It only costs a couple of $100s to upgrade your phone. Go to Apple, trade this one in. This is your phone. This is your lifeline. Your phone is with you in your most intimate moments. When you're making your OnlyFans content, when you're taking a shit, when you're on the flight, when you're in the bed. Everywhere you go, your phone is in your hand. This is your lifeline. A lot of us making money on our phones. You know, we're using it for business. Upgrade your phone. Why not enjoy the latest and greatest? Okay? You're here for a good time, not a long time. Now, with that being said, I know a lot of y'all getting ready to say, oh, this is going to be one of those I hate Apple product videos. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, let me show you something real quick. Let's go to my Find My. Look at my Find My. Okay, look at my Find My. I don't know why y'all think I hate iPhones. Okay, I do not hate iPhones. I actually love iPhones. I love Apple products. Y'all know the Apple Watch is my favorite watch. I love the Galaxy Watch too, but I like the Apple Watch a little bit better. Y'all know how I feel about the AirPods Max, the iPad. I'm not a big fan of the MacBook. Okay, it's not that I don't like it. I just like Windows OS better. But I do love iPhones, okay? But I'm a little bit hard on iPhones the same way that I'm hard on my three favorite companies. When y'all hear me say Samsung, Google, Apple, in that order. That's why I say Samsung, Google, Apple. Those are my three favorite companies, and those are the companies that I expect the most from, so I'm the hardest on those companies. Now, for the last, I don't know, ever since iPhone came out, I've always had an iPhone in my pocket. So I want the iPhone to be the best, which brings me to my first segment of the video, things that I don't like. Now, I'm going to talk about all of the things that I don't like, and then I got an iPhone wish list. Okay, I got a wish list. So let's talk about the things that I don't like. Number one, the price. Okay, now these phones start at $1,200. It's not really the price that I'm complaining about. That's about the standard price for a dope phone. This is what I don't like. You spend $1,200. This is your presentation. All right, that's it. I don't like that. No more Apple stickers. No charger. No case. No nothing. Now, I know what some of y'all getting ready to say. Oh, man, nobody puts the charger in the box anymore. Are you kidding me? Let me show you something. Now, I just unboxed this phone the other day, the Xiaomi. You see this phone came with a case, a charger, not just a charger, 100-watt charging brick. And this is a basic presentation. This was $1,000. Y'all seen this phone right here? One of my sleeper phones. All right, the Porsche phone. Look at the presentation on this. Look at the presentation. You spend $1,000. This is what you want to see. Look at this. A little note. Thank you. Thank you for your business. Okay? Open it up. You got the phone. You got the 2 chargers. You got a case. Bro, this is what I want to see. And it's not just, Honor and Xiaomi doing that. You got some other companies. Look at Asus with the ROG. This phone came with an unboxing mission. A game built into the unboxing experience. This is the kind of stuff I want to see for my money. Again, we're not talking about some little bullshit overnight company. This is Apple. They got billions of dollars. They're getting ready to spend $500 million on a Super Bowl commercial. Bro, give some of that back to us, the consumer. Okay, I want a better presentation. Give me back my Apple stickers. Okay, I want a better presentation. Next, the color choices. Now, these 3 color choices, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at them, but only 3 color choices. What happened to black? What happened to black? Imagine if they would have came out with the black. Now this is just a dummy phone, but the black. Imagine the black. Imagine a product red. You know, I don't understand why the peasant versions of the phones get more color choices than the big boys. That makes no sense. Okay, so I would like to see some better color choices, minimum 4, but maybe 5 or 6. Keep it real. Which one of y'all in the comments would have bought a red iPhone? Imagine a cherry red iPhone 17 Pro Max. Imagine jet black. Imagine that green. Y'all remember the green? Sierra blue. iPhone does know how to do dope colors. I don't like these 3 choices. I mean, I like them, but I wish they would have had more. Now look, these are not scratches. Those are cat hairs. Next, let's talk about the build quality, okay? Now, they ditched stainless steel, they ditched titanium, and they went to aluminum. Now, don't get me wrong. The aluminum, it is a little bit more lightweight, okay? And if you put a case on it, you're not going to have to worry about Scratchgate, because look at all of my phones. Now, I know somebody's going to say, oh, you know, your phones look good because you don't use them. You know, they're not even connected. All of my phones are active. You see? T-Mobile. These phones are active. Now look, you see I got a tempered glass screen protector? Y'all see when I do these videos, you need these kind of accessories. Trust me. All right, so don't get me wrong. Aluminum is a little bit lighter, but it just feels less premium. The titanium, it feels so much better in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. Look, man, I use cases as much as the next man, but when I'm sitting in my house and I'm ready to have a chill night, okay, I'm sitting on my couch, I got a glass of Hennessy, you know what I'm saying? I got my incognito browser opened up, I got a nice jar of baby oil on deck, I'm ready to chill. I take the case off my phone and I want to enjoy it. Okay, when you take the case off, you know, you could feel the difference. You could feel the difference in premiumness. Okay, is that a real word or not? I don't know, but you could feel the difference. I wish they would go back to stainless steel or titanium. Okay, this aluminum, I'll take an extra couple of grams on the weight. Okay, everybody that would say, oh, I'm looking for the thinnest and lightest phone. And this is another reason why some of y'all are hypocrites. I don't know if y'all notice, but when y'all leave comments, if I click on your picture, it shows me other comments that you left on my channel. So I click on a lot of pictures from people who left comments on this video, and it took me right to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge video, and people was like, who needs the thinnest and lightest phone? That's so stupid. People were saying that. But then Apple comes out with a thin phone, and now y'all glazing. Anyway, man, if you need the thinnest and lightest phone, I understand. There's nothing wrong with that, but I prefer I prefer the nice, girthy, heavier, premium feeling phones. That's just me. But again, buy what you like. Buy what you like. Next. Now, here's something that I don't like about iPhones. No fingerprint sensor. No fingerprint sensor. Now, it's not like Apple doesn't know how to make fingerprint sensors. Y'all remember Apple used to have the big fingerprint sensor? Okay, the big giant orange, the big giant physical button. But y'all see on the iPad, okay, they got the fingerprint sensor built into the actual power button. Why not do that on this? Why not put the fingerprint sensor built into the power button? It doesn't have to be under display. Why do I make a big deal about that? If you got your phone on a wireless car charger in your car. Now, I'm not talking about Uber driver status, and no disrespect to the Uber drivers, but when I have my phone on a mount, I don't like it high up where I look like a tourist. You know what I'm saying? I like to have my phone low on the mount next to the shifter, low key. Now, when I want to open my phone, I'm at the red light, or I pull over and I want to open my phone real quick, I got to pick up my phone. I got to bend down and look at the phone to hit the face unlock. If my phone is on the table like this, I got to swipe up and I got to put in the PIN number. Okay? No fingerprint sensor and no swipe. No fingerprint sensor and no swipe. Now, if I got my Pixel on the table and I want to look at something real quick, I just open it up and do that. Okay? Or I could just swipe up, put in my pattern or my PIN. Now, the PIN Look, you got your phone on the table and you go like this, especially if you like me, you got a 4-digit PIN. If somebody's looking, they could jack your PIN number. You know how many times just for fun I jacked Amaya's PIN number? I jacked my sister's PIN number just for fun. Just for fun. Let me show you something real quick. Here's something that you're not going to be able to jack. You got your Samsung phone on the table. A lot of y'all got codes like this. You know, and I'm not going to do mine, but you can have a big giant code like that. Ain't nobody memorizing that. Ain't nobody memorizing that. So I would like to see a fingerprint sensor. So this way, when my phone is on the table, I don't, shoot just bit me. My phone is on the table. I don't have to swipe up. I don't have to put my actual code in. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to just put my fingerprint sensor in just like that. So I would love to see a fingerprint sensor on the side so I could just go like that on the side. You know, you ever been in a meeting or you have at a fancy restaurant, you're hanging out with your friends, you want to check something in your phone. You don't always want to pick up your phone. You just want to swipe up, look at something real quick. But as soon as you start going like this, all eyes go to you. And you're like, oh, you know, I don't like that. Now, of course, you can have you can have more than a 4-digit PIN. You don't have to have 4 digits. You can have 6 digits. But still, I'd rather have swipe on a fingerprint sensor. Next, fast charging. Okay, now these phones do charge up a little bit faster. And from 0 to 50 is quick. But from 0 to 100 is still over an hour. That is just absurd in 2025. 0 to 100 should be 35 minutes at max, 40 minutes at max. Now, I can show you 1,001 Xiaomi phones, Realme, Redmi. I got phones that charge from 0 to 100 in 19 minutes. Y'all see my videos. Over an hour to fully charge your phone, that's just too long. Okay, that's too long. Samsung, Google, Apple, I need faster charging speeds. Now, these Chinese companies, they pushing the limits. They are pushing the limits. Y'all seen that phone that charges, I think it's a Realme phone, that charges in 8 minutes? I want to see some limits being pushed. Next, now here's something else. Now, again, a lot of these gripes, you know, I still love the phone, but these are just things that I got to mention. No screen rotation. Now, y'all remember the iPhones, the screen used to rotate. Why not be able to rotate your home screen? Again, when you got your phone on your wireless charger, you want to rotate the home screen. Your shoes tearing me up. You want to rotate your home screen, okay? Why doesn't your home screen rotate? That's one of my gripes I don't like. Same thing with the Pixel. Okay, now this is another gripe with the Pixel. In order to rotate the Pixel home screen, you gotta manually go to home screen settings, and then you gotta put it in landscape mode. And then when you wanna take it back, you gotta go back and take it out of landscape mode. These phones should automatically rotate into home screen. So when you get in your car, maybe you don't want your phone like this. Maybe you want it more stealthy, more sleek, more sporty, like this. Why doesn't the home screen rotate? I don't like that. Next, speaking of home screen, split screen multitasking. Split screen multitasking. Why doesn't an iPhone have split screen multitasking in 2025? I don't know, but come on. Split screen multitasking or floating windows? Okay, why can't I just go like this and have a floating window? This way I could do something else and still be in that app. Why can't I do that? Okay? That, you know, you should be able to do that on all of these phones. Why can't I go to Instagram? Okay, let's do a little split screen. Okay, let's do Instagram. Now I can be in Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Now some of y'all say, oh, you know, that's worthless. I would never use that. Trust me, I use it, especially if you like me and you on eBay. You on eBay and you got bids on eBay and you constantly monitoring your eBay bid. I bid on eBay all day, every day. I be on eBay watching my bids and then I'm still on Instagram scrolling. You ever use one of those services and it's like, or you do something on your phone, don't exit out this web page. Otherwise it's gonna mess up. Now you got split screen, got a pop up, keep doing something else. Again, this is not me doing a I hate Apple video. These are just things that I use and I would love to see on an iPhone. I would love to see that. Next, the action button. Now, the action button been out for a while. They still haven't evolved it yet. It's still just the single press. We need to have single press for whatever feature. Like right now, I got mine's single press for flashlight. But why not double press, okay, for the camera? Triple press for voice notes. This is just a button. This is a software issue. This is a software issue. This action button should have multiple uses, not just one use. Now I'm stuck on flashlight. I should be able to double press, take a voice memo, triple press, open up the camera. Okay, so I would like to see some more features coming out of this action button. Next, reverse wireless charging. Reverse wireless charging. Now, let me show you something. Check this out. Now, of course, look at my AirPods. Y'all like this case? This is old school. This is how old school I am. Little beeper case with the actual little chain. Amazon, $15. Why can't I just put my AirPods on the back of my iPhone and charge it up? The same way I can take my Galaxy phone, take my Galaxy Buds, put them right on the back and charge them up. I can't tell you how many times I charge my earbuds like this. When I get to where I'm going, I take out my earbuds, and not just Galaxy Buds, any set of earbuds that have wireless charge, even AirPods, because a lot of times I walk around with these two phones in my pocket. When I get to where I'm going, I turn on reverse wireless charging and charge up my earbuds. Now, of course, if you want to, you could walk around with a cable, and you can just charge like this. You can just plug in your cable, plug in your AirPods. You heard that bing? You see it's charging up. All right, so I can actually charge up just like this, but you got to walk around with a cable. You got to walk around with a cable. I would love to see reverse wireless charge. This way, not only can I charge up, earbuds, but I can charge up another phone. Now, this is another thing I don't like about the Pixel. They copied, and we'll talk about copying in a minute. They copied Apple with Pixel Snap, the MagSafe charging, but they got rid of reverse wireless charge. I forgot to mention that in my video. They got rid of reverse wireless charge. This is a feature that I actually use. Now, some of y'all are going to call it a gimmick, but wait till the one day that you out somewhere and your earbuds are dead, and you can just charge them like this. That's going to make that feature all worth it. Now, lastly, okay, this is my last thing. I'm not going to spend all day talking about everything I don't like. There's a few more things, but lastly, SIM tray. I'm mad that they took away the SIM tray. I like having a physical SIM tray. This way, if I want to switch phones, all I got to do is pop out the SIM, pop it in another phone. Okay, pop out the SIM, pop it in another phone. I'm traveling somewhere, I want to take one of my trap phones, pop out the SIM, pop it in another phone. Now, they do have SIM trays on certain iPhones in certain markets, but in the USA, we should have had the SIM tray. I mean, why take away little things like that? I know somebody's going to say, oh, they wanted to add more space for battery, more space for vapor chamber. Okay. All right. Okay. Say what you want, but I'd rather have a physical SIM. Now, those are my top 10 things that I don't like. Now, let me talk about the things that I would love to see on this iPhone. This is my wish list. And speaking of wish list, I hate when people say this company stole this from another company. It's not stealing, okay? It's not stealing. Look, put it like this. It's only stealing if your name is Tim Cook. All right, if you Tim Cook, you're going to be mad at somebody for stealing something, Look, if you're a consumer, you should want the best. I want all of these companies to share things that actually work. Because I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, some of y'all are too young, but remember, iPhones didn't have wireless charge. I'm old enough to remember I used to be going to war in the comment section, going to war with people, talking about wireless charge. And a lot of the Apple fanboys was like, who wants wireless charge? Who wants to charge their phone slower? That makes no sense. Wireless charge is such a gimmick. And then all of a sudden, they got wireless charge. Oh, this is so convenient. Oh, this is great. This is convenient. Remember when iPhones didn't have always on displays? I used to be in the comments saying, look, always on displays, that is so dope. When you got your phone in a charger, you got an always on display. Now you got basically a clock. Oh, who wants always on display? All that's going to do is eat your battery. All that's going to do is give you screen burn. Who wants always on display? Guess what? Apple put always on displays on the phone. Wow, this is so convenient. This is great. Now I don't even got to touch my phone. I can always see the time. This is great. Y'all remember when iPhones didn't have face unlock? Who needs face unlock? This way somebody could take a picture of you and open the phone. Oh, that's so stupid. That's so gimmicky. iPhones got face unlock. Oh, this is so convenient. It's not stealing. It's not copying if it's a dope feature. I would love to see dope features on the iPhone. I'm not calling it stealing. I'm calling it customer satisfaction. I'm the customer. Okay, I'm not a shareholder. I want whatever Samsung got on their phone, I want on my phone. Okay, and you should want the same. You should want the same thing. Now, here's my wish list. First of all, I would like Apple to start using more codecs. LDAC. Now, y'all know I'm a big headphones kind of guy. LDAC, give us the high-res codec. Now, of course, Apple got their own codecs and they got the spatial audio and all of that. But why not just drop the extra codecs on there, make us audiophiles or us fake-ass audiophiles happy? Next, I would love to see live wallpapers. Live wallpapers. Not having to go to buy some extra app and do all of this extra shortcuts and all of this stuff to get motion. You know, because you could use the motion photos on this. Okay, you can do stuff like the spatial photos. You see the spatial photos, the actual move? You can do spatial photos. Spatial photos? You can do spatial photos. I love that. That's pretty dope. You can actually do a live photo, but you only got up to 2 seconds. I would love to see live wallpapers. Now, this is just small, petty stuff, but come on, this makes your phone more fun. You know, it makes your phone more fun and exciting, okay? Live wallpapers brings your phone to life. Okay, that's my face unlock right there. Okay, you see, and this is another thing also, the dynamic island. The dynamic island should work for every single app. It should work for every single app, not just certain apps. Okay, next, when you're taking your photos, I would love to be able to just add the watermark. Press one button and add the watermark. Now, there's a way you can add watermarks to your iPhone photos. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to go shortcuts. You got to add. No, I just want to go to settings. Okay, I want to go to my camera. You see, I want to just press one button and turn the watermark on. Then when I take my shots, bang, I got the shot with the watermark on the bottom. You see? Watermark right there. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, but if you take a lot of photos and travel a bunch of different places, it's nice to just have the watermark and be able to customize that watermark. Next, I would love to see an IR blaster. Now, if you don't know what an IR blaster is, basically, it's a little IR blaster that they put either in the top of the phone, on a lot of phones, but Xiaomi is killing the game right now. Xiaomi is putting the IR blaster in the back right here. It turns your phone into a universal remote control. Not just for TVs. Okay, now I use mine a lot for TVs, but I also use mine to control my RGB lights, my air conditioner, my robot vacuum cleaner, my projector, my speakers. Anything that has a remote control, you could pair it up and use your phone as a universal remote. Now let me show you how I use my IR blaster upstairs in my office. All right, so I'm sitting up in the office. I just finished working. Now I want to turn off all of my TVs using one phone. Okay, so let's start off with the Samsung TVs. Just like that. Another one. Just like that. Now we'll switch over to LG TV. Press the button. Just like that. And now let's switch over to Sony TV. Press the button. Just like that. The IR blaster is so clutch for me. This is a major go. Now here's another feature I would love to see on iPhones. Something like how Samsung has DeX, D-E-X, okay? Wireless DeX. What does that mean? Okay? You can get a PC experience right from your phone. All you got to do is have a monitor. You can wirelessly connect your phone to that monitor and use it as a laptop. Again, let me show you how I use Samsung DeX. All right, now let me show you how I use Samsung DeX. Now I'm going to wirelessly connect to my TV and use the phone as a laptop, and I'll still be able to use the phone. So we're going to scroll down. Let's turn on Samsung DeX. Hit start. Let it connect. And there it is. Now watch this. From the phone, I'm going to use my phone as a trackpad. So now you see, scrolling around. Let's go to Samsung Internet. Just like that. Now here's some of the different tabs I had open. Say I want to watch Apple TV. I can take it over to Apple TV and watch a movie, but from the phone, I can exit out and take it over to Instagram and start scrolling on Instagram, doing my thing. At any moment, I can go back, use the phone as a trackpad. Let's see what's going on with OnePlus. Full website, completely wireless. Take it over to Amazon, do a little shopping. Now I can be shopping on the big screen, using the phone as a trackpad. I can watch a movie. And like I said, I can exit out and still completely use my phone. This is a major go. Now here's another feature I would love to see on iPhones, and I would love to see on Galaxy phones as well. Something like how Honor has the magic ring. Now keep in mind, if you got a bunch of different iPhones, they're all going to be on the same iCloud. Why can't you do something like this? Watch this. This is the magic ring. All right, so I'm going to go Porsche design, screen mirroring, push it right here. Now it's going to connect. Now if y'all notice, now I'm controlling this phone from this phone. So I can open up the camera and take photos on this phone. How dope is that? So if I left this phone, say I left this phone upstairs and there's some information on this phone that's not on this phone, all I got to do is connect the magic ring and now I can control this phone. That is epic, okay? I would love to see that on iPhones. Imagine if I could do the same thing and use this iPhone to control this iPhone. That would be sick. Now, here's my last thing for my wish list. I would love to see some more innovation. I would love to see some more innovation. I would love to see an Apple Fold. Okay, now I know we got one coming up, but come on. How many years Fold's been out? Fold's been out 5, 6, 7 years almost now. It's time for Apple to come out with a Fold. It's time for Apple to come out with a Flip. Imagine an Apple Flip. Okay, we want to see some innovation. We want to see something like this, a secondary display. Now, a lot of people were saying, oh, Xiaomi, they copied Apple. A lot of y'all don't remember the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Now, people calling this back display a gimmick. When I had the Mi 11 Ultra, I loved that little back display. It was a little on the gimmicky side because it was so small. So trying to use it like this, look at that clock on the back. Trying to use it like this as a viewfinder. Oh, let me unlock this real quick. I want y'all to see this. Okay. Trying to use it like this as a viewfinder to take photos and videos. Bro, it was kind of gimmicky. Now I got it like this to take photos and videos. Now, if y'all notice, wait till I do the full review on this. It's a little trouble in paradise. Okay. I do be having some issues. There it is. There it is. Now it's back. Being able to use this secondary display to take photos and videos, not to mention being able to just change the clock on the fly. I have my little photo right here. This is not gimmicky. This is innovation. All right, this is innovation. I don't know how people saying they copied Apple. Like, okay, both phones are square. Both phones have the 2 cameras right there. But I can show you a bunch of other phones that are square, that have 2 cameras right there. How many Poco phones look like this? Do I even need to reach and grab? Let me see if I feel like I don't even need to. I'll just see if I could grab the first Poco phone that comes to my head. Look at this. A lot of phones have square in the back with 2 cameras. Like, you know, I don't really call it copying and stealing. I mean, it is what it is. To me, this is the kind of innovation that I want to see. Okay, I want to see stuff like this coming from Apple. Imagine a secondary display on the back of your iPhone. For all of y'all that's talking shit about this phone, if it was on an iPhone, if this was the iPhone 17 Pro Max, y'all would be glazing. Bro. The glazing would be at an astronomical level. Hold up. Somebody trolling me? All right, my bad. Anyway. Okay, so I would like to see a little bit more innovation. Okay, now some people saying, oh, this is innovation because it's thin. Honestly, in my opinion, this is the last time I'm talking about this phone. I think Apple should have came out with this. Okay, and this is one of the things I don't like about Apple. We're talking about a multi-billion dollar company. Why are they only coming out with 2 or 3 phones a year? Like, we got the iPhone 17. We got the iPhone Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. Now, later on down the line, we'll probably see a 17E. 5 phones, okay? Now, look at Samsung. Look at the difference with Samsung. Now, personally, let me just say this real quick, too. I think the stock iPhone, the regular iPhone, is a way better buy than this. Okay, I think it's a way better buy, but I know people are saying, oh, I want a bigger display. I think Apple should have came out with a 17 17 Air, and a 17 Plus. A 17 Plus, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I'm not a content creator. I'm not a power user. This is the bullshit excuses that people actually say. I'm not a power user. I'm not a content creator. Oh, so you mean to tell me you got to be a content creator to want dual speakers? You got to be a content creator to want an ultra wide shot? When you travel somewhere and you say, oh, look at the beautiful sunset. Oh, look at the scenery. Oh, look at the skyline. You mean to tell me you don't want to take an ultra wide shot? You want to use panoramic shots and all of that? Bro, come on, man. You don't have to be a power user to want the basic stuff that should be on every phone. I think an iPhone 17 Plus would have been great. And this way, give people choices. It could have been a 17, 17 Plus, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. Samsung came out with the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, S25 Edge for people who want the thin phone, S25 FE for people who want more of a budget status, S25 Ultra for people who want the big dog, Z Fold, Z Flip for people who want innovation. This is what Apple should be doing. Apple should be coming out with 5, 6, 7 phones a year. They got the money to do it. And they got the audience, they got the customer base to back it up. I guarantee you they could do it. Not to mention, here's my last thing on my wish list. I would love to see iOS on a different device. Imagine iOS on a Vivo device. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember back in the days when Google used to have the Nexus phone? Remember we had a Samsung Nexus, an LG Nexus? We had the operating system on different hardware. I would love to see iOS on now I know this is a pipe dream, but I would love to see iOS on a phone like this, with a camera like this. Imagine iOS with this camera. Game over. Anyway, with that being said, now we can talk about everything that I do like. And right after this quick commercial break, which on a side note, let's talk about Scratchgate real quick. Now, I'm not really mentioning Scratchgate because I don't like to talk about things that haven't happened to me. A lot of people are saying with the iOS 26 update, it's a lot of bugs. Okay, it's a lot of bugs. I did have a few bugs, but some of the bugs that people talk about, I didn't have. Such as when you take a photo, you see a little black artifacts in the photo. I haven't had that issue, so I'm not going to come down here and try to roast Apple for a problem that I don't have. Scratchgate. If you wipe down any one of my phones, you don't see no scratches. And this is actually the one I use the most, this silver one. No scratches on this. I use the blue one a lot in the house with no case. No scratches. And I have 2 phones in my pocket. The orange one, I use a lot too when I'm going outside. This is my, look at me, I got the new iPhone phone. Look at me, I'm the number 1 banana head. No scratches. Okay, so Scratchgate ain't an issue for me. That's why I'm not really talking about it. But if you want your phone to look like this, okay, you want your phone to always look like this, you drop your phone and it breaks, you want to be able to do this. Look at that. Tempered glass screen protector. Peel this right off. And now my phone is back to brand new. That's why I do not recommend buying these phones and not putting the tempered glass screen protector and not using the case when you go out. Now, speaking of cases, this section of the video is sponsored by Supcase. Enjoy this quick commercial, and then we'll come back and glaze Apple. All right, so now let's take a look at a few cases from Supcase. First up, we got the Unicorn Beetle Grip. Now, these cases start at $25, and they come in a bunch of different colors. So let's check these out. Okay, so inside, this is going to be your case. Extended warranty, plug it and file it, and check this out. Now, they actually have protection for your back camera, and you got the camera button. A lot of people hate cases that just have a big cutout right here. Now you got the camera button, but wait, there's more. Look at that. Now you got the kickstand on the back, and it is MagSafe compatible. There's the magnet. Okay, look at the sides, little carbon fiber trim. Oh, this is kind of sick right here. This is kind of sick. Let's see how it looks on the silver. Okay, check this out. Oh, this is fire right here. The silver is a perfect match. Oh, look at that. You see, once you put this in there, no flappage. Okay, so your kickstand is not going to come down by itself. You can use it like this to rock out. Say I want to watch some YouTube videos. let's go to let's go to YouTube. Let's go to my channel. Say I want to watch iPhone video. Okay, just like this. Okay, or I can rock it like this. Not to mention, look at that button right there. Now, you see I just hit the camera button. Let's see if the camera button actually works. Easy press for your camera button. Okay, power button. Nice press. Let's check wireless charge. There's your wireless charge. And of course, this case right here, look at the razivity. So it is Slamboy certified. This is sick right here. And this case is not going to break your pockets. And again, protection for your camera. Everything is raised up. Buttons, cutouts. Oh, I just noticed that. Check this out. You got a flap right here. All right, so if you go to the beach, you don't want no sand to get into your USB Type-C charging slot. Bang, just like that. This is official tissue right here. Now, this one comes in a bunch of different colors. So let's check them out. Okay, now I'm going to try to do this quick. Let's see. Woo! Look at this color right here. And wait a minute. What's that? Leatherish? We got the leatherish feel on this. Now, look. This is the part I like. I hate the cases that just have a big cutout like this. I prefer it like this. Let's see how this looks on the orange. Ooh.
I won't respond.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, calm down, Siri. Calm down. Let's see. Let's check the kickstand. There's your kickstand. Both angles. Okay. There's your camera button. Works flawlessly. Wireless charge. Official tissue. Look at these. Okay. And like I said, starting at $25, you can't go wrong. Let's see. Let's try a few more colors. Here we go. Now, I purposely mixed them up so I could get surprised with the colors. You see? Okay, let's see. Oh, now look at this. This is the green. I wish Apple would have came out with a green iPhone like this. Now, let's see. I think we're going to have to do the green with the silver. Look at that. The green and silver. Okay, there's your kickstand. Now, I'm not going to do wireless charge and all of that. We know they work. Okay, look at the sides. The carbon fiber, do you see that grip on the sides? Extra grippy, okay? The buttons, everything works so flawlessly. Look at that green. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's see, we got a few more different colors. Let's see what we got next. Okay, now this is gonna be a nice blue. You know you can't leave the blue out. Look at the color match right there. Oh, look at that. Little hit of blue right there in the corner. Oh, let me see. Does all of them have that? Oh, look at that. You see the little extra color on the corner? Oh, that is a nice touch right there. That is a nice little touch. I just noticed that. Okay, look at that little blue right there. Sick, sick. Okay. Nice camera button. Carbon fiber trim. Cutouts, buttons, cutouts. Ooh, look at that. I just noticed it has red. Come on, bro. It has a little red for your action button. A little red. Oh, sick, sick. All right, so here's the blue. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's see what else we got. Now, I'll show you how hard it is to take these cases on and off. Let's see what color we got next. Okay. Now, this is going to be, okay, this is basically similar to this. Okay, let's just see how this one looks on a different phone. Let's see how this looks on the blue. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, yeah, this is the same color. Okay. Oh, but, nope, not the same color. Look at the back. This is actually black ring and silver ring. Okay, I thought they was actually the same, but they're not. One has the black ring and one has the silver ring. Okay, black ring on the back. I like that one. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the difference. Okay, let's see. We got two more, y'all. Two more. Oh, wait a minute. Now, let's see. Ooh, now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. Orange and black. Look at that right here. This right here. Okay. We got a new DCA daily case alert. We got a new daily case alert. Look at that. With a little hit of orange right there. Orange button. Red. Oh, the black and orange. This way it ain't going to get dirty, but you still got that orange. Okay, now look, I just hit my button, blinded y'all real quick. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Last one. Save the best for last. Okay, I believe this is the desert. Look at this. Beautiful right here. Now, I think I'm going to do this with silver. Why not? Let's see. Yeah, this looks like a nice combo right here. Bang. Look at that. Beautiful. Kickstand. Wireless charge. Nice strong magnets. Okay. Pick the magnet right up off the table. Okay. That's how you know the magnet is strong. But just some beautiful cases. Again, look at that razivity. Look at the corners. Carbon fiber trim. Camera button. This right here. This orange right here. This is my favorite one. All right, so these are the Subcase Unicorn Beetle grips. The name is grip because look at the sides. Look at that grip. All right, super grippy. Okay? And again, protect your investment. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's talk about everything that I do like. And I'm going to try to make this part of the video quick because I think everybody knows what there is to love about iPhones. First up, the build quality. Now, personally, I like titanium or stainless steel a little bit better, but the aluminum, I'm not mad. It doesn't feel cheap at all. IP68, dust and water resistant. And the new design really grew on me with the big enhanced camera island. At first, I didn't like it. Okay, I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me. I'll take this over this any day. To me, this just gives the phone a little bit more character. Okay, I think it just looks better. Not to mention, if you had an iPhone for the last couple of years, every phone looked the same. Okay, 16, 15, 14, 13, they all look the same. I welcome the change. Okay, and I like this new two-tone design. You see how it actually looks lighter? The two-tone design. To me, I think this year, the silver is the best looking one. I like silver. I actually love the blue also. The orange is unique. They kind of forced the orange down my throat. Pause. No diddy. But, you know, it kind of grew on me. It grew on me so much, and I think it grew on the population so much. Do y'all see the pictures of Samsung coming out with the orange Galaxy S26? I hope they don't do that. Okay, I really hope they don't do that. You know, copying features is one thing, but copying the same color, that's where I gotta draw the line. Okay, if Samsung comes out with a cosmic orange Galaxy S26 Edge, I'm gonna cook them. Okay, I'm gonna cook them. I like this. This is very unique though. I just wish I had more colors. But the build quality, excellent. Okay, excellent. Now, again, I don't know about Scratchgate, but I rock mines without a case. I haven't had any issues. Some people just don't know how to take care of phones. I mean, I don't care what phone is on the market. Somebody can show you a phone that looks beat up. I don't care what phone it is. And then somebody can show you a phone that looks pristine. Buy a case, buy a screen protector, take care of your phone. When you get home, take the case off and enjoy this beautiful build quality. Next, the display. The display is nice and bright, super vibrant, okay? Not to mention, hold up, biometrics. Let's talk about biometrics. Now, as we know, Apple makes the best face unlock in the game. Okay, now I would have said a couple of years ago, I would have went with the Google Pixel, and then we got Xiaomi and Realme and Redmi. They make quick face unlocks, but when it comes to the best secure face unlock, Apple got it on lock. Okay, now I'm officially glazing right now, but one of the things I do love the Apple Face Unlock. Now, even when I got my car charger, sometimes if my car charger is up high enough, I could just glance over at it and get it to unlock. Okay, let's see if I can do that from right here. You see, it's actually unlocking. Watch this. You see the unlock? It's actually unlocking just from me glancing at it. Okay, so the face unlock, only thing is, and this is another one of my petty gripes. I hate that you have to swipe up. Okay, I hate that you have to swipe up for the face unlock. I wish you could just look at it and just pop open like Android phones. But hey, it is what it is. The face unlock is so good. If it did that, a lot of times it would just pop open by itself. Because y'all see the little unlock in the dynamic island? It's actually unlocked. Okay, so the face unlock, top of the top tier. Next, iOS 26. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about iOS 26, but now we finally got a lot of things in iOS 26 that actually work, such as this right here. Let's go to Edit Home Screen. Okay. go to customization. Now we got default and dark. Now, you know, little things like this, you got clear. All right. You can actually change whatever color you want. You could get rid of the names of the apps and just have it big like this, you know, without having to download all of these third-party apps and go all these, you know, nah. Now you just press one button, customize your settings. Not to mention, let me show you something else that I like. Let me go to messages. Okay, look you see me and Amaya texting each other. Now you can change the background of your messages. I like that too. So you just go to, let me show you. You just go right here. Okay, go to backgrounds. Now if I want to, I could do something like water, change. I could do the playground. Let's do something like a stage. Let's see. We'll do the stage. I'll put love. Oh, matter of fact, let's do hearts. Hearts. And I'll generate this one. And I get a new background. Okay, generate something like that. I can have the big heart. I like this one right here, so let's get and use this. Now this is how it's gonna look when I'm texting Amaya. Now I can do natural, I can do black and white. You know, I can pinch and crop it. You know, just like this, I'll leave it like that. Now whenever I text Amaya, it's gonna look like that in the background. Simple stuff like that. I like that, okay? I like that. I like the new iOS 26, this glass look. You know, how everything is like more transparent now. It's just a welcome refresh. Now, a lot of people are saying, okay, this is going to be Apple's best update in the last X amount of years. I agree. iOS 26 is actually pretty dope. Not to mention, you know, you got widgets. Okay, you got a bunch of widgets. You see, hold up, let me exit out of that. You got your widgets. Now, I personally don't use widgets too much on iOS devices, but you see, I got a little music widget right here. You know, another music widget. When you swipe over once, here's all of the widgets that I actually use. So we got the weather. I got my deliveries, all of my battery percentage for my Apple Watch, AirPods case. Okay, I can search YouTube. Got the calendar events, Google search, maps, my news, screen time. Okay, calendars, everything on deck. Okay, so iOS 26 is actually great. Now, let's talk about the camera button. Again, the camera button, when I first got it, I wasn't a big fan. All right, I wasn't a big fan. Too much to do with portrait shot. Look at that. Oh, the camera on this phone, too. The camera on this phone, bro. The camera on this phone. All right, so you got the camera button. Now, the camera button is actually pretty dope because I use it really for this. I use it for zoom. Now, you can also double tap and switch it for other stuff like, you know, I could do zoom, depth, exposure, you know, but I usually just use it on zoom. Not to mention, I use it for this. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's see if Apple gets it right. What is this? Oh, hold up. I forgot. I'm thinking this is Google. What is this? Okay, let's get the volume. Okay, this is an iPhone with a novelty case. You see, you know, even Apple gets this stuff wrong. Let's see. Let's do the picture search. Okay, yeah. You see, you know, it is what it is. Let's try that one more time. You know, this stuff is still in the early stages. Okay, we'll do a search. Let's exit out of this. See if okay, there it is. Okay, you did. Okay, so this one actually worked. You see? Oh, quick side note now. If you want to, you can also have Gemini. Now, you can use Gemini the same way you use it on your Google phones. It's not as fast, and look, you see, it's not as fast and as smooth. Look, you see, I'm glad I'm doing this in real time. Look at this. All right, let's exit out of it. Let's try that again. Okay. You know, but look, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see something real quick. Let's try it on this one. Okay. Let's see. Do I even have it on this one? Yep. Okay, here's Gemini. All right, shoes back up. Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe something. Okay, maybe something's going on with the Gemini, but the Gemini usually works. Wow, why is it not working anymore? Let me see something. Wow, this is. I got to do this stuff live. All right, check the struggles. Let's see. Okay, this is Gemini, right? All right, there it is. You see, that's how it's supposed to work. What's this?
So it sounds like you're talking about something working the way it's supposed to.
No, what's this?
Is there something specific you're thinking of?
Yeah, what is this?
Well, I see a cat, a phone, and a table. Is there something specific you'd like me to identify?
Right? So you can use Gemini on your iPhone. I don't know why it's not working on this. This is what I usually use. Yeah, well.
That's odd. It should be working on that phone, too.
All right, calm down, Gemini.
Starting the app or checking for...
All right, I will. I'll do that. Okay. Look at shoes. Your shoes, calm down. All right. All right. Anyway, so, but you do have the, let's see. Okay. Look, I'm trying to see if I get a cat on eBay. Yeah, man. You know. All right, there it is. Look. All of the cats, and the cats are laying down just like shoes right here. You know, this is kind of cool. Okay, let me calm down. Shoes is trolling me, y'all. Shoes is trolling me. All right, anyway. Let's check the web browsers. So, of course, you do have a lot of AI now. As far as the AI, like the generating the text and all of that, I don't use any of that. I don't really cover that too much because, all that stuff is kind of gimmicky. But let me show you something. Let's see if I got any on deck. You see, I just told my girl I'm getting ready to play some Mortal Kombat, and she's talking about don't practice against smoke. You see, it has the, haha, you're right. It has this. I can actually change the effects, jitter, canned replies. You do have a lot of AI. Okay, you do have a lot of AI. I'm just mad that my Gemini is not working right now. That's a little disheartening. All right, let's try something real quick. All right, so I just did a quick restart on the phone. Now let's see if Gemini works. What is this?
That's a very cute tabby cat stretching out. Did you have any questions about it?
Yeah, why do they lick their paws like that?
Cats lick their paws to clean them, but they also lick to cool down. As the saliva evaporates, it helps them regulate their body temperature.
Okay, so all right, so we got it working. So you can use the Apple AI or Google AI, your choice. I prefer Gemini. It's just a little bit more, I like the voice and all that. So this is my choice, but you can use whichever one you want. Now, let's check the web browsing speeds. Go to apple.com. You got the A19 chipset, the 6-core version, okay? The real A19 chipset. Nice and smooth, okay? 120 hertz refresh rate. No complaints at all. All right, no complaints at all. You can swipe through all your apps. Now, one thing I love about iPhones, you never close the apps, okay? You never have to close the apps. Everything is always running in the back. You're good to go. Okay, so excellent web browsing speeds. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite features about this phone, the battery. The battery. Now, the battery on the iPhone 16 Pro Max is already goated. Okay, it's already God tier. This is a little bit better. Okay, it's a little bit better, and that's a good thing. Okay, that's saying a lot. One thing about iPhones, and this goes for iPhones in general. Most people, if you ask somebody on the street, how many milliamps does your iPhone battery have? They don't know. You ask somebody with a Galaxy, they say 5,200. You ask somebody with a Xiaomi, 7,500. Everybody knows the milliamps with Android phones because there's so many different phones and so many different batteries. With iPhones, you don't need to know, okay? How many milliamps? You don't need to know. All you need to know is, at the end of the day, if you got this phone, your battery is not going to be in the red, okay? Your battery is still going to be in the white. The battery on this phone is insane. And this is one of the things that I love about this phone, and this is why I love traveling with this phone. I never got to worry about a dead battery. Now, especially if I walk around with a battery pack, this is a 2-day phone right here. Okay, so the battery is epic. The battery makes this phone worth the price. Okay, the battery makes this phone worth the price. I promise I'm not going to say nothing else about this phone anymore, but come on. You know, this phone with this battery still don't even equal to this phone without the battery. This battery is goated, for real. This is God tier battery right here. Now, let's talk about the dual stereo speakers. iPhones have some of the best speakers. Listen to this. Of course, we got the official Flossy Carter sound test by my homeboy Mark Rebier. Listen to these speakers.
Yo, sound test, time for sound test. Everybody shut your mouth, time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? Does it sound big? Does it sound loud?
How's the bass, baby? How's the treble on it? How's it sound now? How's it sound now?
That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. Sound test. That's a sound test, baby. That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. How's the sound on that shit? God damn it, holla. How's the sound, white shoes? How's the sound on it? How's the sound, baby? That's a sound test.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rebier. But did y'all hear the bass, the treble, the separation? iPhones have excellent speakers. All right, so now let's take a look at this beautiful display. Let's go full screen. Just like that. Bang, look at that. Excellent viewing angles. Okay. No reflections. Look at that. Beautiful. Basically bezel-less. Got a little cutout for your dynamic island. And again, the speakers. You can feel the phone vibrating. I love it. Let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's try a little gaming. Of course, we got Asphalt 9. Here we go. Or Asphalt Legends, as we call it now. Look how smooth this is. Let's see if I still got it on iOS. Oh, okay. I needed that ramp up there. Watch the landing. Woo. There it is. Let me get look at the drift. Look at the drift on the side. Y'all like that? Sorry, shoes. The turbos keep it moving. All right, there it is. There it is. Let me turn it down. All right. So, of course, your basic games are going to run just fine. Okay? No issues at all. Now, let me show you one more thing. Now, check this out. I can connect a controller and play Xbox Live. Not the smoothest connection, but it does work. Oh, good. Hold up. I need that overhead. Hold up. Watch that overhead. Right. Yeah. The T-bags. The T-bags. The T-bags. Hold up. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy. Oh, he got me. I keep pressing the wrong button. All right, my bad. You gotta watch that G button on the bottom. Woo. Hold on, let's get him. Let's get him, y'all. Let's get him. Okay. Okay, a little bit laggy down here, but it does work. Xbox.com. it does get the job done. Now, if you're using this, just make sure, hold up. Just make sure you don't hit that G because it's going to switch over. But it does work. All right, so now let's talk about the camera. Now, the iPhone has easily one of the best point and shoot cameras on the market. To me, I think it's between this and the Pixel for point and shoot status. That means not having to go to pro mode, not having to check all of the settings. Just put it on your camera lens that you want, whether you want spatial, okay, if you want to take the photos like this that actually move, which you can do on any photo. We could do a regular, let's watch this. You could do a regular photo like that. And then when you go to that photo, you're going to hit this little icon right here. You see? And it's going to turn it into a spatial shot. Now, it's hard to see on this one, but it actually moves around. So just try that. Any photo you take, just hit that little icon right there and turn it to spatial. But like I was saying, for point and shoot status, okay, you got a nice ultra wide angle lens. Okay, you know what I'm saying? All the way up to 40 times zoom. Photos, videos, everything on this phone, the camera is just so clean. Now I want to show you something real quick. Watch this. This is the zoom test, okay? This is the zoom test on my iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, as you can see, it easily passes, but look at the words. You see how the words start to, kind of start to fade out? Now, I took the same photo. Let me pull up my photos real quick. I took the same photo on the 17 Pro Max. Okay, check this out. Now, here's the 17 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max. Now you're getting a better zoom shot. Look at the quality. You see the word Siamese? If you look closely, you see how it's starting to disintegrate a little bit? Look at the 17 Pro Max. Okay, so this easily passes my zoom test. Now, if you don't know what the zoom test is, let me show you real quick. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm standing all the way down the block from this school. Then I zoom in a little more. Then I zoom in at the sign. Okay, I try to zoom in at the sign. Now, of course, I take a bunch of different shots to try to get the best one. And some of them come out really good. Like this one. Look at that. No discolorization at all. So this does pass the zoom test. Now, if you go to my Instagram, all right, if you go to my Instagram, let's go to my Instagram right now. Why not? If you go to my Instagram, I will tell you this. And this is a little known fact, but I would say 99% of the photos and videos that y'all see on my Instagram have been taken with an iPhone. For some reason, when you post photos and videos on Instagram with Android phones, sometimes they don't come out as great. So every photo and video that you'll see, all of these pictures right here, all of these beautiful shots of me looking like a fucking boss, all of these shots have been taken with an iPhone, okay? So iPhones have always been one of my go-to cameras, especially for social media. You see right here, look at me, this is me using the iPhone. All of these videos, even like when a Maya shoots video, they're all with iPhones. So the iPhone does take excellent photos and videos, but don't just take my word for it. Take a look at these pictures and videos for yourself. All right, so now let's do the RDA test. Regular daily activities. Now you just dropped $1,200 on a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Let's see how it works in the real world. Now this phone does have wireless charge. So at night, I like to have it on my wireless charger. Now this is a little speaking one right here. Little wireless charger right here. But here's one of the things that I love about iPhones. When you put it on a wireless charger and you put it in landscape mode, it goes into your desktop clock. Now you can change different desktop clocks if you want. You can actually have photos. I don't want to swipe over because I don't know what photos are going to pop up. Okay. But you got a bunch of different ones. Let's take a chance. Why not? Let's see. All right, we got a Maya. All right, so I like to leave it like this. So keep in mind, takes about an hour and change, maybe an hour and 14, 15 minutes to fully charge this up wired. But wirelessly, I just let it charge up like this overnight. Okay, right on my wireless charger, wake up in the morning, see my time, date. You know what I'm saying? If I get any notifications, they'll pop up. So the first thing I like to do, grab my phone, instant face unlock, okay, open it up. Now, let's check the weather. Okay, 65 degrees, looks like it's going to be raining. Okay, swipe over. Okay, we got Jamaica, New York. Okay, just make sure I check. Sometimes you got to check Jamaica and New York. Okay, because sometimes the weather is off by a little bit. You see 1 degree. Okay, but it looks like it's going to be raining this whole weekend. All right, it's a nice in-the-house weekend. Next thing I like to do, go to Google. Okay, let's go home and let's check the Google homepage, just like I do on Android phones. Okay, look, we got the new Red Magic 11. All right, that's coming up in a couple of weeks, y'all. We're going to do that. Let's see, we got some new Apple Watch faces. Bro, again, for people who think I hate iPhones and I hate Apple products, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 with this Burlington case, again, call me a fucking idiot for spending $1,500 on this whole setup, but it is worth it for me. I love it. Okay, anyway, but we got some new Apple Watch faces. Okay, let's see. Fatal Fury. Who's this? We got Joe. Joe got a new trailer. Okay, so I just click over like this. Watch the new trailer. Turn it down. Okay, watch the new trailer. I can take it to YouTube just like that if I want to. Okay, let's see. We got OnePlus, Android 16. All right. Basketball season is back in, and this is another thing too. Let's see if I got any. Okay, not yet. But when you're gonna get the like, just like how Samsung has the Now bar. Let me see. Do I have any scores? Not yet. Well, if later on when the game starts, you'll see the scores. And I love that feature. Not only does it show you the scores on the top in the little what you call this? The it slipped my mind. The dynamic island. You see the scores, but it shows you what inning the game is in. You know, it shows you. It's a lot of detail. A lot of detail. Okay, more Apple Watch stuff. Okay, we got a new Super Mario trailer. Let's see. 50% of you see the real value in the rear screen. 56%, which is wild. Only half of the people see the real value. That is wild. People don't understand the beauty of using your rear cameras to take selfies. How do you not understand that? I don't understand, y'all. Anyway, okay, you got the new ROG coming out, the Nothing headphones. Oh, look at that case. Now, everybody was asking me about, I'll show it at the end of the video, this other case I got. Okay, remember Jerry Lynn? Right? Asian chocolate right there, you know what I'm saying? All right. And here's another thing I love about iPhones, accessories. No phone on the market has as many accessories as iPhones. Okay, so if you buy your iPhone, you're going to have a plethora of cases to choose from. Cases and accessories. All right, so that's the Google homepage. Next, okay, check on my battery percentage and all that. I can search YouTube. Okay, take it over to the Flossy Carter vlog. All right, let's hit play on this. Oh no, that's Fatal Fury. Okay, watch a Flossy Carter video. Why not see what's up with this fucking banana head? Exit out of that. You do have picture-in-picture. This is why I don't understand how iPhones don't have split screen multitasking. You got picture-in-picture. That means people actually use this feature. I don't know. All right, so let's go. Let's do a little work segment. Let's go to let's go to Gmail. Okay, let's see what's up with cars and bids. Okay, we got a new Porsche right here. Oh, look at this, 2020 M2. Okay, click on that. Okay, this is what I'll be doing. Let's see how much they want for this. 87. Jesus, Christ. All right, okay, thanks, bro. Now, One quick side note, if y'all want to see more AI stuff with the Genmojis and all of this other stuff, maybe I'll do a separate video on just AI, but I don't want this video to take all day, so I'm not really going to talk about too much AI stuff. But you do have the basic AI, and you got your ChatGPT. Everything does work. Your Siri is integrated with ChatGPT. You see, I just said Siri and it just popped up. I like that. I like that. Okay, next, let's take it over to Facebook. Okay, so here's how your Facebook gonna look up. My boy Craig right here. The black cowboy right there. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, let me tell y'all something. Now, I'm going to do an update video. I got this Wooja vest. The Wooja vest and the Skull Candy player headphones combined together. Bro, you talk about your nipples being like this when you playing video games. After I use the Wooja vest and the Skull Candy headphones, once I play video games for like about 45 minutes to an hour, I got to take it all off and chill for a minute. Like, I feel like I'm having a workout. Like, it is crazy, but it is way too much fun. That much fun should be illegal. You should have to pay for that. Now, let's see. What's going on here? Is that Jerry? Or somebody? Let's see. Who's this? Who's this? Oh, there's some banana head scratching up the iPhone? All right, let's see. All right. Now, this is what you don't do. Don't buy your iPhone and do shit like that unless you're getting paid to do it. Otherwise, don't do that. My man Haas. My man Haas Campbell, one of my guys, you know what I'm saying? Remember? Throw another motherfucking bottle. Throw another bottle. That's my guy, bro. Right, look at the Brillington. This is the Brillington watch right here. Y'all see? For all of y'all complaining about the price, look how these watches are handmade, though, bro. You got to pay to play, yo. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, damn, Diane Keaton. I ain't know she went out. All right. R.I.P. Diane Keaton. Okay, we got the Skull Candy headphones. All right. All right. So anyway, sometimes I don't like going on Facebook because every time I go on Facebook, it's always a rest in peace fest. You know what I'm saying? It's always a rest in peace fest, yeah. Look at this. This bro right here. Yeah, he ain't missed leg day, that's for sure, yeah. Ooh, the black cements. The black cements. Ooh. Sick. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show y'all. Now, here's something else I like to do. All right, check this out. Now, I forgot to mention, you don't have your classic Google circle of search, but you do have this. Take a screenshot, just circle it, and then go to Google. So technically, that's circle of search. Okay, we circled it, and then we searched it. Okay, now watch this. Say I click on this article. Now, y'all know me. I love to summarize web pages. Matter of fact, let's do something else. Something like this. Summarize this website.
Do you want me to send this?
Okay.
The website New Atlas features an article by Ben Coxworth discussing GoPro's new...
See? Summarize just like that. So, it works different than the summarized websites that you use on Android, but it pretty much works the same. It's just one more step you got to do. So let's see. Let's find something else. Let's see. Let's see another article about something. Okay, what is this? Okay, let's find out what this is. Oh, that's something for sale. Let's see. Okay, razor. Watch this. So, summarize this web page.
Do you want me to send?
Okay. Go ahead and send it. Send it, bitch. All right, sorry.
The webpage features a deal on the Razer Blade 14 gaming laptop.
Okay.
Discounted from $2,699.99.
You know, that actually works. Now, of course, you could do the screenshot, and then you could just ask questions about it from ChatGPT just like that. Okay, so, all that stuff does work. Okay, all that stuff does work. All right, so we already seen Facebook. Next, let's take it over to X. Let's see what's going down on X. Now, I haven't been on X in a few days. Let's go to the mentions. See who's roasting me. Let's see. Okay, somebody liked the JBL video. I appreciate that. Let's see, what's this? Okay, DJI. Oh, we got a new DJI alert. Somebody tagged me and MKBHD. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. I saw your Pixel 10 Pro Gold review. I have a question since you got both phones. Which one you choose? Over the Z Fold or the Pixel 10 Pro? I would go with the Z Fold. Come on, bro. The Z Fold, easy. Easy. Let's see what I say. Paper specs versus real specs. Let's see. Now, this is how you're going to look on your X. Paper specs is real. Let's see. Okay, 7,500 milliamps. And it's only 5 minutes apart. Look, man. I'm in the middle of doing my own testing. Again, this is why you never go buy specs on paper. And this is why I say the iPhone battery is goated. No, I talk shit about iPhones all of the time, but bro, you can't deny the battery on iPhones is the truth. And you see my watch telling me to stand up? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, well, I'll get back to this. I'll get back to that in a minute. Let's see, you're going to do the Meta Ray-Bans, of course. Okay, so here's how your X is going to look. Look, banana head generation. Let's see who's another banana. Look. Now, I made a joke about this. Look at this. If you get the new iPhone Air, this is how you look walking out of Apple. I made a joke about that, man. I was just playing. Actually, somebody else made that joke. I retweeted this. Don't be mad at me. This is the mobility nerd right here. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't me. That was him. I just retweeted it. Don't blame me on that one, y'all. All right, so this is how your X is going to look. Let's exit out of that. Point and shoot. Look, shoes just popped in. That little camera button right there comes in handy. All right, shoes, back up. Back up, shoes. Let's see if I get one shot. Bong. Okay. You know the camera button comes in handy. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be using that zoom a lot. I mean, that's pretty much all I use it for. You could use it for, double tap. Like I said, go to different styles and all the tones and all that. But I really just use it for zoom. All right, it makes it easier to zoom without putting your fingers on the display. All right, shoes back up. All right, so let's see. Let's go to, what do we do after that? After X, let's take it over to TikTok. I said, now, do I even have TikTok logged in on this? I'm not a big TikTok guy. Okay, look, let's turn the volume down. Okay, nice one-stop screen protector. Okay, look at Amaya, right? Look at Amaya right there. Look at what is this? A 3,000 inch? Now this got to be AI. This is probably AI. 3,000 inch TV. This I don't know. You know, with AI nowadays, let's go to the comments real quick. Who the hell want that one TV? Yeah, this got to be some AI shit. You know, AI is so crazy right now. Y'all want to see something? Yo, bro, let me show you something real quick, man. And I shed a quick tear, but my sister sent me this. She said AI is crazy. Check this out. This is my nephew that got killed when he was 17 years old. This was a photo, and AI brought that photo back to life. When she sent me this video, man, I'm getting a little choked up right now. Yo, AI is so crazy. Y'all see that shit, yo? AI is so crazy. It was just a photo, and AI made it come to life like that. Bro, that is insanity. Anyway, so here's how you. Oh my God, rakata. Okay, they didn't really hit her like that. Oh, it didn't really hurt too much. Okay. Oh, wait, she started crying? Oh, they got smacked some emotions back into these? All right, cool. Look at my nephew, my nephew Koss right here. What's he doing? Who's he hanging out with? Danny Dior? All right. One of my nephews right here. He does a lot of photos, a lot of videos for these up-and-coming artists and established artists. Okay. Oh, little melee right there, a little brouhaha. That's it. All right, so here's how you take. Ooh, see what I'm saying? Look at these watches, right? I love this kind of stuff right here. These are the kind of watch bands I like. Ooh, sick. I wonder how much they want on this one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, they got some fire. They're gonna want some bread for these. They're gonna want a couple of $100 for those easily. All right, all you can eat nachos and tacos. All right. Who had? Now, what is this? Is this AI? This got to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch out with AI, man. You can't even get excited no more when you see stuff online. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, you can. The back of this phone is so much fun for trolling too. Look at that. Now you can't tell me this ain't a good trolling phone, man. You can have so much fun with that. Wait till y'all see my video. All right. Anyway, so this is the who's this? This is bored at work. My man E. All right. So, look at this. If you're going to be in the slap game, you need a beard, yo. That beard. Oh, what happened to his eye? You look at Shaq. Look at Shaq. All right. So here's how your TikTok is going to look. Let's exit out. All right. Let me wrap this video up. Let's take it over to Instagram. Matter of fact, of course. Oh, let me show y'all what I got coming. Let's go to eBay. Check this out. Let's go to my eBay. Let's go to purchases. Check this out. We got everybody been asking me about this case. We got the Xiaomi, the gaming case. We got one of those on deck. That's how that's gonna look. I love how you just swipe down to, just type in the app that you want and just open it right up. Okay, let's go to shop. Okay, shop like that. And again, everything open in the back. All of this, you don't have to close nothing out. Let's go over to Instagram. Let's see what's going down on the gram. Okay, family show. Family show. All right, see Netflix. Let's see $100 Glocks in Pakistan. Damn, yo, it's like that. All right, cool. All right, family show. All right, Calvin, the pinch to zoom does work, just like on Android phones, because Calvin told me he's thinking about getting an iPhone. He want to make sure pinch to zoom work. Family show. All right, let's keep it moving. Yo, like I said, man, Nas snapped on the new Mobb Deep album. Oh, it's crazy. All right. Family show. Let's keep it moving. This is a family show, y'all. This is a family. People say, what am I saying? I'm saying this is a family show. I'm just trying to say it fast. Then somebody got a new M5. Okay. All right. Family show. Family show. All right. Look, it's stuck. It's stuck. My phone got stuck. All right. All right. Here's how somebody got, let's see. When you pay for Cosmic Orange, but you got Sunset Pink after a few days of use. You see, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't know what people be doing with their phones. How the back of your shit turn pink and not mine? Hey, what you doing, bro? What you out here doing? I don't know what these cats is out here doing. I don't know what they doing, but they doing something wrong, yeah. Oh, David transferred ownership of his Texas home to his mother. Oh, that means the feds is closing in. The feds is closing in. The feds is closing in. All right, let's see what we got. Somebody with 700 bottles of scissor. Okay, cough syrup. About to make some scissor. Old school days, yo. Y'all remember when dudes used to dress like this, yo? The size 5X white tees, yo? Okay, I ain't mad at that. All right, anyway, so this is how your Instagram is going to look. Okay, 50 and his son. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing about the baby moms. I'm not laughing because, yo, I'm not laughing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing about 50 Cent baby moms. If you know, you know, bro. Let's just say she went to a lot of Diddy parties, bro. No disrespect. Let's see, iPhone 7 with built-in stress relief. Well, let's see. You see, this is why you got to be calling cap on these videos. I don't feel no movement. Man, the fuck? I don't feel no movement. I don't feel no movement. Oh, look at that. Let's see. But he thought the white cat was dead. White cat just taking a nap, though. Let bro get his sleep on you. Let me see let's see what he does. Let's see if he's a hater or is he a concerned kitty. He looks like a concerned kitty. Taking long to do CPR, bro. I mean, do something, bro. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa. Oh, sorry, Shoes. Sorry. Tim Cook is reportedly preparing to step down as head of Apple. Hold up. Apple Mafia. This is a sad day for the Apple Mafia. Let's all prick our fingers and recite the oath. All hail Tim Apple. You did a good job, but you gotta go. All right, you gotta go. You gotta go, bro. I'm not mad though, because maybe bring somebody in with some innovation, yeah. All right, get one of these Samsung cats over there, yeah. Let's get some innovation going on over here. Okay, let's see. UFC shot and unalived. Wow. All right, anyway, so here's how your Instagram is gonna look. Okay, nice and smooth, 120 hertz refresh rate. Beautiful. Family show. All right, anyway, that's how it's going to look. So, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Before we get out of here, we got to talk about one more thing. Now, I got to grab some phones for this one right here. I got to grab some. I'm going to just reach in my bag and see whatever we got on there. I'm not going to grab too much. I'm just going to grab a few. Let's talk about the floss factor. The floss factor. What is the floss factor? That means you got your Cosmic Orange iPhone 17 Pro Max. You dropped $1,200. You bought a whole bunch of cases, accessories. Oh, you doing it. You feel good. You out here doing it. How do you rank on the food chain, okay? Now, somebody comes to the table. They got a nice Galaxy S25 Ultra 5 Gangsta Alpha Mega Supreme, a.k.a. Galactus, a.k.a. Unicron, a.k.a. the boss, with a Pataca case on, even to make it even worse. All right, they come out with that. All right, somebody got the Xiaomi 15 Pro, 15 Ultra. Somebody got the Vivo, okay? Oh, somebody got the Honor, the RSR Porsche Edition with the case. Somebody got the Oppo Find X8 Ultra. You all of these phones on the table. Where do you fit in? Shoes, calm down, bro. Calm down. Where do you fit in on the food chain, okay? Are you sitting at the top of the food chain like a mother effing boss? Or are you sitting at the bottom of the food chain looking like a fucking idiot? Okay, where do you fit in? I'm going to say this. If you got the iPhone 17 Pro Max, you are a certified boss, okay? Now, of course, you don't have all of the, I'm not even going to say gimmicks. You don't have a lot of stuff that Android phones have. Y'all seen the beginning of my video, okay? There's a lot of stuff missing. But this is what you do have. All right, hold up. This is what you do have. Let me exit at it. This is what you do have. You got the camera button. You got point and shoot. You got the spatial photos. Why I keep saying photos? You got spatial photos, which you don't got on Android. You got portrait mode, point and shoot, that takes some of the best shots, okay? Bro, you got a big, beautiful display. Your battery's going to last you all day long. You got the A9 chipset. Okay, you got Apple's balls hanging on your chin. Yo, you doing it so big. I'm just kidding. Now, all jokes aside though, you got more accessories. Some of these phones you can't even find accessories for. You got this right here. Like I said, you are sitting on top of the food chain. Okay, don't let none of these Android warriors talk shit to you. You right up there. Your performance, okay, the A19 chipset. Your performance, you got the vapor chamber cooling system now, so no more throttling. You are sitting on top of the food chain. Have a drink and enjoy yourself, okay? Put your phone back on the table. Nobody on this table right now can really shit on you. Now, of course, if you get into phone wars, okay, yeah, we get into phone wars, you're gonna have a slight problem. You're gonna have a slight problem when it comes to the phone wars. Ooh, look at the portrait mode on the Vivo, bro. You know what I'm saying? When we start getting into when you get into phone wars, we got IR blasters. We got Samsung DeX. We got the Magic Ring, Magic Portal. We got a lot of stuff. The phone wars, you're going to be fighting hard. You're going to be fighting for your life with the phone wars. But believe me, you got some stuff that these phones don't have either. You got the Apple, bro. You got the Apple logo. Fuck all of this other shit. You got the Apple logo. These phones ain't got that. You got that. This phone comes with Tim Cook's phone number built into the phone. You could call Tim Cook. All right, and ask for advice. But anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, let's get and wrap this up. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say the iPhone 17 Pro Max is a major, major, major go. I love this phone. And even after all of my dislikes and petty gripes, when you see me at the airport, okay, you see me at the dollar store, you see me at the Chinese restaurant, okay, you see me doing some fine dining, wherever you see me at, you're going to see this phone in my pocket. Now, if I'm doing any sporty shit, there's a chance you might see the Galaxy Watch, but there's a greater chance you're going to see this. But you will always see this phone in my pocket. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. And if y'all got any questions, if I missed anything, leave it in the comments. And like I said, I read all of the comments. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise. Spock here.
Spock won the beam up.
Affirmative. Enterprise.
Energize.
situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're gonna buy some of that technology, you gotta understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facelook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. A bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.